I think making sure the child is engaged, ready to learn. If they're dysregulated sensory-wise, I don't think that's going to be a beneficial session. So really working with your other professionals around you or teachers, occupational therapists, and making sure their sensory needs are met before you try to introduce like a whole new communication system. So I think implementing, it's important to remember the child has internal needs to make sure we are addressing before we're working on external skills with them. So I think that's very important in the implementation part. Also, just being able to engage the student, finding exactly what they love to do. Obviously building rapport like any other student you would. And then just being able to naturally model and implement it in their everyday setting. So not just within the speech room, maybe taking a session and going in their classroom or going on a field trip, or if you can.
I think at home.
At home, if you can, that would be great. I think that's something that's very beneficial, whether it's a Zoom parent training or a parent session, even if you can't get into the home. But I think that is definitely something that's important for carryover, and they're with their parents at all times. So it's a very important part of the implementation.
Good.
I do believe, depending on the student and their needs, I think some students do need more concrete visuals to support their communication. So whether it's low tech or high tech, I think it's important that you're recognizing what the child needs, and if they're kind of assessing their recognition of symbols and like, do they need a real picture versus maybe symbol sticks, which is the one within touch chat. But I don't think every child needs a strong iconicity within their system, but I do think for certain cases it's important to recognize a student's needs. If they're very visual learners, they're going to need some sort of visual icon that makes sense to them to be able to learn. So the word and the vocabulary that they're hearing, it means something within that context that they're modeling. So even if a child isn't seeing an image that would make sense, they're hearing it and they're connecting it with whatever experience they're having in the moment. So that in those cases, that's where I don't think they have to have a symbol. Because as verbal learners, we hear things all the time and you just see a physical object. So it doesn't always have to be associated with a symbol, if that makes sense.
Yes.